A lot of people look at me and they say, how dare you talk about weight loss? How dare you talk about weight loss drugs? You're skinny. And I realize 100% that I do occupy a somewhat privileged place with my size presently. There was a time in my life long before I was on the internet where I was probably about twice the size that I am right now, where I was considered obese according to my physicians. I say this because I want people to understand to my core, I am not judging anyone who decides not to or decides to take Ozempic. Like, I am the last person on earth that is in a position to judge anyone for those things. Not the least of which is because on any given day, I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. Oh, wait, actually, I should do it. So like, I don't really have any final thoughts on this, but I do have kind of budding thoughts, if you will, on the prevalence of these weight loss drugs and what that means for our future. I think my number one concern about Ozempic and its utility is that it's not equally available to everyone. This is a drug that for the most part is only available to people who either qualify for insurance, which my understanding is not a very large group of people, or people who can afford it. There's like this group in the middle who maybe doesn't have the best health insurance, who doesn't have any health insurance, and certainly cannot afford these drugs out of pocket. When you couple this with the fact that an endorsement of these drugs is, at least in part, an implicit endorsement of existing beauty norms. What does it mean to be beautiful? It means you must be thin. Then you're basically reinforcing not just toxic beauty norms, you're also stifling a very budding body positivity movement. You're reinforcing a power dynamic between those who are able to access the more beautiful body and those who, through no fault of their own, are not able to achieve those because they can't afford it or they don't have health care. I think it's pretty much documented fact that people who are thinner and people who look a certain way get treated better, make more money, have more access to opportunity and jobs, career development, everything. And if we move forward into a world where certain people are able to access these drugs that feed into the idea that, yes, your life is better if you're skinnier, doesn't that just make that disparate treatment even more pernicious? It essentially takes away from us the opportunity to really look at these norms of beauty, the things that we, especially as women, have been conditioned to want, and ask ourselves, is this something that we should continue torturing our bodies into fitting? Because my understanding, again, I haven't taken any of these drugs, but having done 2 years of research on it, my understanding is that there are some significant side effects that for the most part, people will have to take them for the rest of their lives, and that they can lead to debilitating illnesses and a significant loss of lean muscle mass, which is very important for people who are in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. So in addition to the potentially thousands of dollars that you will have to pay for these drugs if you don't qualify for them through insurance, which if they are effective, I wonder if you will continue to qualify for them for the rest of your lives, right? You will also have to put your body through a miasma of side effects. That is the cost. Maybe instead of continuing to exact this toll on our bodies to fit this particular norm, we should be questioning the norm itself and saying, hey, why not just liberate our bodies and allow us to be who we are? Someone accused me of being fat phobic, which again, as somebody who's been there, I can understand that sort of knee-jerk reaction, like I'm being so blasé about this drug and its life-changing potential for people. And I should say right here, like, I do not judge anyone again, and I certainly understand the value from a medical perspective. If you have a metabolic disorder, if you have a thyroid disorder, if you, in working with your physician, determine this is the best course of action for you from a medical perspective, and you absolutely qualify for that insurance, go for it. I'm not talking about those people. Again, talking about the people who I see every single day here in La La Land, who, in my opinion, just from the outside looking in, I don't know that they really even need this from a medical perspective, and are, quite frankly, they are taking the supply of this drug away from those who actually do need it. And on the other hand, I received multiple emails from people who at least self-identify as those who are larger, and they are begging me not to go and take this drug. They are saying it would be a betrayal to them. And I think intellectually, I agree with them, because as somebody, especially who doesn't medically require the drug, if I decide to take this drug, am I not capitulating to these super unrealistic norms of beauty? Am I not saying, yes, I agree with the rest of the world that my life is worth more if I am smaller? Eventually, if these drugs become as prevalent as they seem to be growing, then the world will be divided into two groups of people. There will be people who look exactly the same. They have all bought in to this idea of that in order to be worthwhile, in order to be happy, in order to be a contributing member of society, you all need to look this way. You all need to be skinny. You all need to have... And then there's this second group of people who, for any number of completely legitimate and understandable reasons, do not have access to this drug. And somehow they have to continue to toil under this regime that we've all now agreed to by continued use of this drug. And that's the future that scares me. And that's the future that I don't want to be a part of creating. I say all this, and yet deep in my heart, like, if we're being 100% honest, I think that there is a very good chance that I will probably end up on this drug. And that's because I'm so fucking tired. I'm so very, very tired of fighting my body. That's the other thing. It's like, okay, you say all this about like toxic beauty norms, and you know, who's to say that long, thick eyelashes are not another toxic norm that you've clearly caved into? I don't have the answers. Maybe I don't physically need it, but from a mental health perspective, I can't continue to subject myself to all this pressure to look a certain way and to be a certain size. And even if that pressure is imaginary and it's something that is just in my head, it's no less draconian than if somebody is literally screaming in my ear every single day, you need to work harder, you need to eat less, you need to exercise longer, you are not good enough. That is the voice that I have to deal with every day. And if this drug can somehow mute that voice even a little by basically telling that voice, yeah, you're right, I agree. But here, look, I figured it out. Who am I to judge? Regardless, I'm sure I've pissed off a bunch of you if you have made it through to the end of this. I did hear from somebody who said, you know, they sustained a terrible injury that basically prevented them from moving. And this drug has allowed them to lose enough weight where they are regaining mobility that they lost due to this injury. And that's a scenario that I never actually even considered, and that I'm really grateful to hear about. If you have thoughts on this issue about Ozempic or these weight loss drugs, you have a personal experience with them or thoughts on them, you know, I'd really love to hear from you all, especially if you do it in a way that is not mean or scary. Oh, wow. Whoa. This is my first time trying this. Wow. Oh yeah, I can get behind this.